The diplomatic hall aboard the Sovereign's Pride gleamed with bioluminescent panels, each pulsing in rhythm with the ship's quantum core. Representatives from 47 species stood in ordered ranks, their translators humming softly as Commander Zekthar of the Vraxian hegemony addressed the assembly. Angela Martinez stood near the back, her arms crossed, dark eyes scanning the room with practiced wariness. The human delegation wasn't supposed to be here. Earth had only made first contact 8 months ago, barely a footnote in galactic history. But when the hegemony demanded tribute from lesser species, humanity had sent its response. 2 diplomats and one very clear message. Derek Chin stood beside her, his jaw tight beneath his neatly trimmed beard. He'd been a Marine before joining the diplomatic corps, and Angela could see the soldiers still lurking beneath the pressed uniform. These primitives dare to refuse. Zekthar's voice crackled through the translators, his 4 eyes narrowing at the human delegation. The Vraxian commander stood nearly 3 meters tall, his exoskeleton decorated with the bones of conquered species. Your world produces nothing of value. Your technology is centuries behind. You should be grateful we offer you slavery instead of extinction. Angela stepped forward, her boots clicking against the crystalline floor. Every species in the room turned to watch. Humans were curiosities, bipedal mammals from a high-gravity death world, rumored to be unkillable and slightly insane. "Commander," Angela said, her voice steady despite the adrenaline flooding her system. "Earth's answer remains unchanged. We don't negotiate with extortionists." Zekthar's mandibles clicked in what might have been laughter. He descended from his platform, each step deliberate, predatory. The other species backed away, giving him space. The Vraxians had conquered 200 worlds in the last century alone. "You speak with such confidence, little mammal," Zekthar said, looming over Angela. "Perhaps you need a lesson in humility." His clawed hand moved faster than most species could track, but not faster than a human raised under Earth's crushing gravity. Angela saw it coming, every instinct screaming danger, but she held her ground. The slap connected with her cheek, snapping her head to the side with enough force to stagger her. The hall went silent. Derek moved. Angela had seen Derek fight in training. She'd watched him spar, watched him run obstacle courses that left alien observers stunned. But she'd never seen him move like this, with the cold, calculated fury of a predator that had just watched its pack member attacked 0.5 seconds. That's all it took. That Derek's hand clamped around Zekthar's extended arm, yanking the commander off balance. The Vraxian's exoskeleton, designed to withstand plasma bolts, did nothing against raw kinetic force amplified by Earth-grown muscle density. Derek pivoted, using Zekthar's own momentum against him, and drove his elbow into the junction where the commander's neck met his thorax. The crack echoed through the hall. Zekthar tried to pull back, tried to bring his other arms to bear, but Derek was already inside his guard. A knee to the midsection, delivered with the force of someone who'd spent his entire life fighting a gravity, 1.3 times stronger than the galactic standard. Zekthar's breath exploded from his respiratory slits. Then Derek's hands found the commander's head. The other species would later describe what happened next in hushed, horrified tones. The human didn't use a weapon. He didn't need one. His hands, those simple 5-fingered appendages that seemed so primitive, twisted with surgical precision. Bone cracked. Cartilage toward Zekthar's head separated from his body with a wet, final sound. Derek stood there, breathing hard, holding the commander's severed head as green ichor dripped onto the pristine floor. The body collapsed behind him with a hollow thud. The silence stretched for an eternity. Then the screaming started. Not from the humans. Angela simply pressed a hand to her reddening cheek and straightened her posture. The screaming came from the assembled aliens, from species who had never witnessed a Deathworlder's true capabilities. "Recording devices," Angela said calmly, her voice cutting through the chaos. "All of you are recording this, yes?" Dozens of beings nodded, too shocked to speak. "Good." Angela walked to Derek's side, gently taking Zekthar's head from his hands and holding it up for all to see. "Let me be absolutely clear. This is what happens when you assault a human. This is what happens when you threaten Earth. We didn't come to the stars looking for war, but we sure as hell know how to finish one." She dropped the head. It rolled across the floor, coming to rest at the feet of a Vraxian subcommander who stood frozen in horror. Humanity requests formal recognition of our sovereignty, Angela continued. We request trade agreements, cultural exchange, and peaceful cooperation. But understand this, we are not prey. We are not slaves. We are not tribute payers. Derek wiped the ichor from his hands, his face expressionless. We are Deathworlders, he said quietly. We evolved on a planet that tried to kill us every single day. We climbed to the top of the food chain by being more dangerous than everything else. Don't ever forget that. Angela turned to the assembly. The human delegation is leaving. Anyone who wishes to establish diplomatic relations with Earth can contact our ship. Anyone who wishes to try what Commander Zekthar tried. She gestured at the corpse. Well, you saw how that worked out. They walked out together, leaving chaos in their wake. Behind them, the Vraxian subcommander stared at his former commander's head, his translator broadcasting a single phrase in Standard Galactic. They tore him apart with their bare hands. Within hours, the recording spread across the galaxy. Within days, Earth received 300 diplomatic requests. Within weeks, the Vraxian hegemony issued a formal apology and non-aggression pact, and in the halls of power across 1,000 worlds, a new understanding emerged. Humans were not to be trifled with. They came from hell, and they brought hell with them. 0.5 seconds. That's all it had taken to change the galaxy's perception of humanity forever. Angela later found Derek in their quarters, staring at his hands. You okay? She asked. Derek looked up, his expression haunted. I didn't even think. He touched you, and I just reacted. Angela sat beside him, her cheek bruised, but her spirit unbroken. That's what makes us human, Derek. We protect our own. Always. He nodded slowly. Think they'll leave us alone now? Angela smiled, fierce and proud. They'd be stupid not to. Outside their viewport, the stars wheeled by, indifferent and eternal. And somewhere in the darkness, the galaxy was learning a lesson it should have known from the start. Never slap a Deathworlder. Never.